Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. We are going to do a little makeup video today. A few people requested like Christmas type of look, so I figure since we have to film something every day, we might as well throw a couple makeup videos in there. So I'm gonna do a couple, probably like 4 or 5 before Christmas, of all of the like Christmassy festive makeup looks I have in my head. But today we're gonna start with probably the most dramatic one, because it's like top of mind and I'm excited to try it. Again, I'm no professional, I'm not a beauty guru. I just do my best. But we're gonna do like a red sparkly eye. So this is gonna be very Christmassy. And I'm going to be using the Jackie Aina palette. And we're gonna use like Wigglies, and then probably Supreme in pink or two. Like I think it's gonna be like a pinkish red. And then I'm gonna use this NARS palette also. It's called the Inferno palette, and it has the prettiest like red sparkly shade. It might be too bright, but it's called Come To Me, I think. But it's basically just glitter. I have an example in my hand. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically just like straight up glitter. So we're gonna see what we can create. I don't have like a specific look, but I know I wanted to do a red kind of smoky eye. So that's what we're gonna do. I haven't put on all my skincare yet, but I put on my Olay Mist and my Elizabeth Arden, it's like a skin prep. I've talked about it in the favorites. And then next I'll put on my Strivectin. This is just my moisturizer, but it's the anti-wrinkle intensive moisturizing concentrate. If you have dry skin, I highly recommend this entire range, but this is like one of the best just moisturizers. It just hydrates my skin immediately. So we're gonna do that. And then primer. Again, these are also from Strivectin, but these are, I'll pop up a picture because it's kind of, they're white and it's hard to see, but these are the best primers. I've been testing out a lot of primers to just see if these are really as good as I think, because this was like the first primer I tried. So I actually got this one from Sephora, the Tatcha Skin, I don't know if it's focusing. Give me a hand right there. Again, I'll put up a picture. The Silk Canvas. I tried that one day. My makeup was cracking. It wasn't as good as this. So this is what I recommend. This one I put in my laugh lines, and then this one I put under my eyes, and it just creates the most flawless face. So yeah, enough of the ramble. Let's get into it. I may do a voiceover because I don't think I can do my makeup and talk at the same time. I'm not that talented. But let's get into the video. Okay guys, I always start with powdering my brows. I just find that this helps the product last longer and stay on all day. Now I am brushing them up, and I'm using the Benefit brow pencil, and this is the thicker one. So I always go in and just put product on my brow so that I have something to work with. Again, everyone doesn't need to do this because you may have thicker brows, but mine are so sparse that I have to go in and just get something on my brows before I can even start like defining them or shaping them. And then here I go in with the smaller micro brow pencil from Benefit, and this is where I just kind of define and add hair-like strokes. And then I like to just clean up underneath with my NARS Radiant Concealer. And it's a shade that's pretty close to my skin tone. And I don't clean up on the top, just the bottom. And then I kind of blend that out, and it gives me a pretty natural effect. Now I'm going in with my Holy Grail primers. This is the Strivectin Blurfector primer. They have an under eye primer and just like a face primer, and I use both. And now I'm applying the NARS Longwear foundation. My shade is in New Caledonia, and I'm using the Sonia Kashuk brush from Target that always blends my foundation out so flawlessly. And you can see I mainly focus my foundation in the center of my face and blend out from there. Now I'm going in with my NARS concealer in Hazelnut and Amande. I let that dry down a bit and then I will blend it out. Okay guys, we pretty much have the base on. I'm just gonna set my under eye with the Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye Brightening, something like that. Of course, everything will be linked below. And again, this is like festive party, going out, glammed up makeup. So this is not like everyday makeup. I mean, for some people it might be, but for me, it's not everyday makeup. But this is my favorite under eye powder. But I feel like for so long I was searching for like the answer to my under eye prayers, because I felt like I never had the right concealer or the right powder, because I would always crease and it would just never look flawless. And honestly, the secret for me has been that primer that I showed. Like, I'll try to, maybe I'll do like a after I do the makeup, I'll just come back and do like a update in a few hours. But this little, it's the anti-wrinkle blur Factor. It's lid and under eye brightening primer, so you can use it to prime under your eyes for it to be smooth, and then you can also, as you can see, I put it on top to make your eyeshadow pop. But literally since I've been using it, which is like maybe 2 months, 2 or 3 months, like people always ask me like how I get my skin so smooth or how my makeup looks so great, or I'm telling you, this is the only difference. It's the only thing I added. So but even I noticed a difference. Like the first day I used it, like at the end of the day, I was like, oh my god, like I was like, I walked up to Josh, I was like, look at my face, like, you see how smooth it is? And then even like laugh lines, I usually get really, like my makeup just breaks down, and these two, I'm telling you, they have changed the game. Okay, so we are going to get started on the eyes. Oh, let me brush my brows. For brows, I use the Benefit brow pencils. I use both of them. One to just kind of get color on, and then one to just kind of go and define and make like hair-like strokes. But I do like to use this NYX brow mascara to just fluff them a little more, because I do like that more. I like a natural look, but also like a little defined. So I did use some concealer underneath my brows just to give them like, again, this is more of a like gonna be taking photos kind of look. So I want a very precise look, but also this helps give it like a little more of a fluffiness. So we'll do that, and then we'll do our contour, and then we'll do the eyes. I know some people do eyes first. I can't. Like, if I don't have brows on, I can't even function. Like, I can't even like see past that. I'm just like, I look crazy. I can't. I can't do anything else. So this is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour palette, and it's a holy grail for me. It's so good, so affordable. I get mine at Target. It's the perfect shade for my skin tone, and it's the perfect like tone. Like, it's not too warm where it looks like too bronzy. It adds good shadow, if that makes sense. Like, it's not too red. And I'm also gonna do, as a part of Vlogmas, I think I'm gonna do like best of beauty for 2019, like my just like things I cannot live without that I've found in 2019. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I think that would be, again, because I don't have a ton of makeup products. Like, I like makeup, but I only need like one face brush and like, you know, 1 or 2 good foundations. So I feel like the things that are my holy grails is because I love them that much that I feel like I don't need anything else. At least for now, until I try something new. But I feel like I have found some gems this year that have like really made a difference. Like, I don't like to just get things to just be like, oh, I have another one of these I can use. I want to see a difference. I want something to like change my whole life when I get it. like those primers. Like, that changed my whole makeup game, and I feel like it's on point now. And I have other things like that, so I'm rambling. I'm gonna speed it back up, but we're gonna start on the eyes. I'm gonna blend out this contour because it looks a little crazy, and then we'll start on the eyes. I already showed you the palettes we're using, and again, I have no rhyme or reason. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I've been wanting to try a red eye look for a while, and I feel like this is the perfect time for like the festive season. So okay, here I'm starting the eye look with Pinker from the Jackie Aina palette, and this is kind of just going to help me build up that bright red shade and help me blend all of the colors together. Now I'm going in with the main color, which is Highlowluxxe, and I had a really thick kind of like blending brush, but I switched to more of like a packer style brush that I can just like lay the color on a little easier. And then as I pack on Highlowluxxe, I'm just going back and blending in Pinker just to make sure we have a smooth transition. Here I'm adding Highlowluxxe to my lower lash lines just so we can have more impact with the eye look. If you found the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when now I'm applying the star of the show, which is Come To Me. That is the shade. It's a glittery, super glittery red from the NARS Inferno palette, which is, I believe, their holiday palette. But this kind of just sets the look off. And I used that same packer brush, but I found that actually using my ring finger made the eyeshadow apply even easier. Here I was trying to use the brush and I sprayed it to get it wet, but my finger worked best. Now here I'm adding a really kind of skinny line of black just to my crease and just the outer crease, and I'm gonna go back in and just blend that in. But I want to give the look a little more depth. I found just having the pink and the red, it just wasn't kind of standing out and popping enough for me. So I use this technique just so I don't get carried away. Again, I'm not a professional, so kind of just adding that really skinny line and then blending out from there just helps me make sure I don't kind of like overdo it and it just like totally blacks out the whole eye. And then here I'm going in with that NARS red Come To Me and just putting that also in my inner tear duct. And I did focus the really super bright glittery red just on the like inner corner of my eye. And then the Highlowluxxe red from Jackie's palette, and then the black is kind of on the outer edge of my eye. And then just to make sure everything was super blended out, I just went in with Ginger from Jackie's palette, which is a really good transition color, and just blended that kind of in my crease and up towards my brow. And now I'm just smudging a black eyeshadow into my lash line just to help my eyelashes kind of look more natural, but I didn't want anything too harsh like a liner, so I just added a little eyeshadow. Now here I was going in with my Charlotte Tilbury highlight, but that's more of an everyday look and it just wasn't getting the job done. So I pulled out my Sephora Pro palette and I added the shade LA to my cheekbones and the center of my nose and the tip of my nose. And then I did add a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter to like my Cupid's bow. Now adding my favorite lashes from Lava Lash, and this is the style Flirty. Now going in with a little mascara, this is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I don't have lashes, but I do like that this gives my eye a little more depth. And then finishing off the look with my new favorite. This is a lip gloss from the brand Lorac. They sent a pack to me and I really like this one. The shade is Visionary. I usually have to line my lips, but I actually didn't like how it looked with the liner. It was turning it a weird color. So I actually kind of am wiping off the liner here and just applying more of the gloss. guys, so here is the finished look. I'm going to try to move to some better light or brighter light, but here's a close-up of the eyes. I love it. It came out better than I thought it would be, no lie. But it's so festive and like extra, sorry that's my phone, but also to me wearable. Again, I feel like this is the makeup look for the person that's not an expert but wants to glam it up. Obviously I'm not an expert, so I feel like anybody can do this. For me, it's just about keeping a light hand, blending a lot. Like along the way I decided I wanted to add a little more depth, so I added like some black, but I didn't go in super harsh because again, I'm not a professional. So I used like, I'll link the brushes I use, but I used like really fluffy brushes. Hold on, sorry. This is a MAC brush that's pretty fluffy, and it like makes it really easy for me to blend. So I like kind of like patted on a little black and then like blended it out. So you can kind of see there's nothing really harsh, but it still gives like that shadow and that depth that makes it more smoky, which was what I was going for. I used this little brush too to like create, instead of doing like a sharp winged eyeliner, which I'm not the best at, and I'm not even gonna like mess around with liquid eyeliner. I just use this to pat in black eyeliner on my lash line, again to add more depth and create more drama, but makes it super easy. So I hope those little tips help, but I feel like just kind of like layering on and just doing a little bit at a time, because that way you can like right any wrongs. At one point I was trying to like blend out the top more, and I added in pink, and I really didn't like that. So I actually used, again, I used mostly the Jackie Aina palette, but then that NARS palette has that really pretty sparkly red. But to kind of like blend out the top and kind of like just let it fade naturally, I used ginger in the Jackie Aina palette, which is really close to my skin tone, and that kind of pulled everything back together. So again, if you just do a little bit at a time, if you mess up you can fix it, or you can like go a different route if things aren't looking the way you anticipated. So hope that helps. But again, let me take you in some other light. Again, this is a makeup ish video, but vlog style, so you know I don't have my mic or anything. Let's see, we'll go in my bedroom because I feel like that has the best light. Oh my god, it's so dark here because it's like raining today, and just, oh my god, it's dark in here too. But we're gonna go over to the window. Oh, there you go. Okay, let me hold on, let me turn down the brightness a little because I want you to see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so can you see the eyes? Okay, so let's quickly go through let's go through the products I used. Again, of course they will be linked below, but I do want to kind of like spotlight the like major keys here. Foundation is my NARS Radiant Longwear. That is the best foundation I've ever used, and I use New Caledonia. So that is what I have on. Concealer I have on the NARS Longwear. I use two shades, Amande and another one, it'll be linked below. Contour, I use the Black Radiance contour palette in the deep or the darkest one. Lashes are Lava Lashes in Flirty. Eyebrows are Benefit Brows, both of the pencils, I use both of them, plus the NYX brow mascara, and I use it in black, but it's not black, it's like dark brown, but it's called black. And then the eyes, the Jackie Aina palette, mostly Wigglies, was mostly all over the eyes. Wigglies and Pinker. I started with Pinker, then I added Wigglies to like the inner corner and on the lower lash line. And then I used that NARS palette, and I believe it's like their holiday palette. But again, it'll be linked below. But that red, it goes on best with your finger. So I used a brush, like a flat brush, and then I tried to wet the brush, and it was okay. But once I used my finger, it just like really popped. So like I just went in with my ring finger and just like dabbed it on. And again, I kept all of the red mainly in like the center, inner corner. And then out here is where I kind of went in with some of that black. There's a black in that NARS palette too, so that's what I used on my lash line and then just in the outer corner, and kind of like blended the Wigglies and the black together to kind of like ombre out. And then I think that's everything. On my lips is this, it's Lorac. I'll link it below, but they sent me a few glosses, and I really like it. It's a good nude again, and there's a lot going on with the eyes, so I didn't want too much on the lips. I used a brown liner, but then I kind of wiped that off because I didn't like the combination the two shades were making. So it's mainly just the gloss on my lips, which is really pretty. It's like a nude, but like not too pink and not too orangey. And I think that's it. What am I missing? I think that's everything. Oh, the highlight. I used I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury highlighter first, which is what I've been using because I've been going for more like a natural look. That didn't cut it for this. So I brought out my Sephora Pro palette, which I've mentioned before. It is a favorite, and I used the gold shade, and it's just, this is a glam look. If you didn't know that, but I love it. I'm gonna probably insert some pictures too because I have to shoot, like, make the thumbnail. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I'm thinking the next makeup look will be, I kind of have like this I kind of have this idea for like Ice Princess Winter Wonderland kind of look, using the Norvina palette from Anastasia, because it has a bunch of like pinks and purples and it's very icy, but I thought that would be like kind of like Snow Princess vibes. So I think that's what I'll do next. But let me know below if you want to see anything specifically for Christmas makeup. If you want, I'm not a professional, but I'll do my best. But I do enjoy makeup videos. So I hope this is like easy to follow along and seems like you can like repeat it. So of course, if you stuck around, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. Follow me on Instagram at Highlowluxxe and read my blog, highlowluxxe.com. As always, thanks for stopping by. See ya.